there's a lot of partying. I feel like I'm gonna get so much shit over this. That's just me, I'm sorry, sue me. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know, it's been a while. I can explain. To make a long story short, my mom visited. I have two friends from Sweden visiting here, and I just had guests over for like all of December. So I thought I was gonna be able to film, but then I wasn't. But now I'm back, and that's the most important thing, right?
Hi, sorry about the noisy background. I sat right next to a window filming this and I live next to a really noisy street. Also, sorry about the annoying ass little white dot I have on my shirt in the beginning of the video.
Ever since I posted my uni vlog that now has freaking 12,000 views. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. Just have one question. Why aren't y'all subscribing? I can see you're watching. Why are you not subscribing? You know what? Pause this video right now. Pause and subscribe. Don't forget the notifications button. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into this video for real now. Ever since I posted my uni vlog, I've been receiving a lot of questions in the comment section and also in my DMs on Instagram. And I thought, rather than just replying to everyone individually, I should just make a Q&A video so that everyone can share the answers. You know what I mean? Some of the questions that I'm gonna address in this video I've already replied to in like the comment section and stuff, but I thought that I would just like address them again so that everyone can share the answers. I'm gonna look down on my computer a little bit because I have the questions on here and I've tried to do some bullet points and stuff like that so that I don't wander around in other stories. Christina Shen. Hi Christina. Thanks for leaving a comment. Hi Emilia, I know this video has been up for a while now, but I just needed an opinion on which university I should choose for a Bachelor of Finance, like you're currently studying, between Macquarie and UTS in terms of their academic approaches and facilities. Would be very helpful if you could reply some close to deadlines. Saw now that you commented a month ago. I hope this is helpful anyways. So with a question like this, it's kind of hard for me to give you a straightforward answer because I go to UTS. I've never gone to Macquarie, so I don't really know what the approach is like over there academically. First of all, I don't do a Bachelor of Finance. I do a Bachelor of Business, majoring in accounting and finance. I don't really know what to say about the academic approach. I don't know if it's any different to any other university, but yeah, we obviously have the lectures and the tutorials. With the tutorials, I find them pretty interactive in both the accounting subjects and the finance subjects at UTS. What usually happens is we get homework questions that we have to work on before we get to the tutorials. Sometimes you even have to submit to homework because submitting homework is like a chunk of your final grade. In some other subjects, you get to work on questions throughout the tutorial and you like work in groups most of the time, and then like at the end of the tutorial the tutor goes through the questions together with the class. So it's pretty interactive in that way. It's obviously different from subject to subject. Some classes have homework questions or tutorial questions. Some subjects have both. A lot of people might find that a bit annoying, that you always have to be on your toes and it's a bit stressful, that you always have to be really prepared. I actually like that approach because it forces me to really prepare so I don't embarrass myself in the tutorials, rather than like not studying throughout the whole semester and then just like studying last minute right 1 week before the final exam week. At Macquarie University, they have a really like traditional like university campus with a lot of greenery and it's really cute. It's like one of the university campuses you see in the movies. UTS doesn't really have one big campus. The different buildings are scattered around a little area in Ultimo, so we don't really have that classic like campus. The facilities are really nice at UTS. It's very modern, fresh. I don't know what to tell you, like, yeah, I think the facilities are great. Both Gabriella Henny and Owen Ized asked how to apply as an international student, and I've actually already addressed this a little bit in a previous video that I made. I'm gonna leave a link down below to that video. Navia Singh, hello Navia, what a cool name. I'm planning to apply to UTS, but I'm really confused as to if I should stay at UTS housing or some other place. So I've actually never lived at housing. I really wanted to, but I applied to UTS very last minute. By the time I got my acceptance letter, it was already too late to apply. If I would have done it again, I would definitely stay at UTS housing for 1 semester or like, yeah, up to 1 year. Just to like get into the whole like uni life, and especially if you're an international student, just like settle in a bit, meet friends if you don't have friends and stuff like that in Sydney. I think it's a great way to meet new people. I think the rent for a private room in UTS housing is between like $250 and 290 per week. That can seem like a lot considering that in some of the flat shares you're sharing with like 9 people. But the thing is that the utilities are most of the time at least included in the rent. So definitely consider that, because electricity and stuff like that is very expensive in Australia, so that's a really big positive. Also, you get a free gym membership, which is awesome because gyms are also really expensive in Australia. So I think it's a great deal. After a year or something, I think it gets a little bit old, or that's what I've heard from other people, because it is very like intense. There's a lot of partying and stuff going on, which is fun, but maybe not for like 3 years. I think you get sick of it after a while. Golden Cookie asks, is it easy to make friends in university? I'm looking to study the same degree at UTS as well, so this video is great. Oh, I'm so glad that you found the video helpful. To be completely honest, UTS is not a social university. Sorry to break it to you. I feel like with the domestic students, they're not really there to make friends. They just chose UTS to get their degree, go to their lectures, and then go home to their high school friends or whatever. But the international students are pretty outgoing because they're in the same situation as yourself. And like the exchange students are obviously very happy to socialize because they're also looking for friends, I guess. You have to kind of put in the work to find friends. Definitely check out all the clubs and societies. I've met a lot of fun people through UTS Vegan Society, for example. And also one big tip, if you're new at UTS or any university in general, go to all of the events they throw during the orientation week. That's a great way to meet new friends. Try to be very social and really work on finding those friends like in the first week, because I feel like after like a week or two, people have already found their groups, and if they're not very outgoing and open to meeting new people, they're gonna stay in those groups and it's gonna be hard to get in there. Alrighty, next question from, is it Korean? It looks like Korean. Such a nice video because I'm thinking of going to UTS as a Bachelor of Business. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Is it hard work during the uni course? I've heard so many times that I cannot work as I'm studying in UTS because of hardness. This is a really good question. I know I was very anxious about this before I came to UTS. Let me put it this way. I got worse grades in my first semester of university where I wasn't working. I was just studying all day, all night, compared to the grades I got this last semester where I did third year subjects and worked part-time 20 hours a week. And it all has to do with my study technique and my time management skills. Don't be afraid, you're gonna be able to work part-time throughout your studies, especially if you're doing a business degree, because let's face it, business is not the hardest subject. Let's just face it, we're just basic business bitches. It's not that hard. Just manage your time efficiently, okay? And you'll be all right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Migs Tuason asks, hello, was there some sort of entrance test and did you find it hard? I can only speak for the Bachelor of Business at UTS. I don't know about the other programs, but no, there's not an entrance test for the Bachelor of Business. However, I know that some international students have to show proof of their English proficiency by doing like a TOEFL test or an IELTS test. There's probably some other English proficiency tests you can do, but those are the most common ones, I think. Manuela Ramirez. I know I already replied to this girl a bunch of times. Thank you for asking so many questions. I hope I was helpful. But I'm gonna reply to this question once again. Do you think UTS is a very challenging university? I'm planning to study business with marketing. This is a very broad question. You can come at it from so many angles, I guess. I've only studied at a university level in Australia at UTS, so I can't really compare it to anything else. But I can tell you this, all the exchange students that I've met in my 2.5 years at university here in Australia at UTS have said that university in Australia is ridiculously easy compared to university in their home countries. And the people that I've spoken to are from everywhere, like from European countries, South America, Asian countries. Everyone says the same thing. Australian university is so easy compared to university in their home countries. What I can say about the marketing major, because I saw you were planning on doing marketing, is that generally speaking, it's considered one of the easier business majors. I would say that accounting and finance is considered more of the difficult, challenging majors, but that's just generally speaking. Okay, this girl wants to be anonymous, and she said, hey, I saw your video on YouTube and was wondering if you know the Bachelor of Business at UTS is any good. I also was wondering if UTS is a social uni at all, because loads of people say it isn't. The second question I have already addressed, and yeah, like I said before, it's not a social uni at all. Sorry to crush your dreams of finding a bunch of new friends, because you won't. No, I'm just kidding. You will, you will, you will. You just have to put in the extra work. So is the Bachelor of Business at UTS any good? It's like at any uni. There's gonna be some good teachers and some bad ones. Some very engaging ones and some not so engaging ones. Like, you're gonna stumble across that anywhere. They have great facilities. I have nothing to complain about. I feel like I'm gonna get so much shit over this, but if I'm gonna address one negative, it would be that it doesn't really have to do with UTS only. I think this is a problem like at all Australian unis, because the norm here is to start studying straight after high school. People are so freaking young. Like, I've met people that are like 17 in some of my subjects, and I'm like, oh my god, you're a baby, like you're not ready. Some of them are, like some of them are really motivated. I'm not saying that this is good for everyone, but I think that a lot of these fresh out of high schoolers would benefit from taking a gap year after high school before starting their uni studies, so they can really think about, what do I want to do, what am I interested in, rather than just jumping into a degree because they're forced to or they don't really know what to do. I remember I was so shocked when I first came here and I went to one of my first lectures, and people wouldn't like stop talking when the lecturers started speaking, and I was like, what is this? Is this like freaking kindergarten? Like, oh my god, aren't we adults? Like, stop talking. I took like 2 gap years. I'm not saying like I'm some saint, like do you like me? But I know that I was really sick of like high school. When I finished high school, I could never have started uni straight out of high school, because then I would have been the same. I would have been so unmotivated. For me, after taking 2 gap years, I was like ready. I was like, okay, I've done this, I've traveled, I worked as an air hostess, like I've done all of that. Now I'm ready to like get back to work and like really focus on my career. Obviously, you're gonna find these kind of people in all degrees, but I feel like there's a lot of them in the Bachelor of Business, because business is a degree where you can kind of cruise along, like if you want to. If you choose the right majors, you don't have to put in that much work. I feel like that's why you find a lot of slackers in the business degree. But is it good overall? Yeah, I think so. The only thing I complain about is the unmotivated students that kind of lower the quality of the education sometimes. Other than that, I'm happy with my choice, I guess. I think, yeah. Do accountants make good money? I heard that accountants are very underpaid, and that is the reason why I'm very hesitant about pursuing it. Depends. I feel like this whole freaking video is just me saying, like, generally speaking, that depends, blah blah blah, not giving you any straight answers, but I don't know. It really does depend. I think there's a common assumption that they are underpaid because people hear about accountants working crazy hours at one of these like big 4 accounting firms. At some of these firms, you get paid for overtime, but there are also some firms and also some companies, if you work in industry, where you don't get paid for overtime. So if you look at it that way, yes, you're underpaid, I guess. Gary asks, hi, any tips on how to find / get into a part-time accounting job? Majority of firms seem to ask for 1 to 2 years experience. If you don't know, I work part-time as an accountant. Let me tell you, it is hard. And especially if you're an international student like myself. I seriously applied for accounting jobs every single freaking day for over a year before I even got an interview. One tip I have is don't be too snobby with the jobs, okay? You don't have any work experience in accounting. There's so many people competing for these jobs. If you want to get your foot into the accounting door or whatever, you might have to do some volunteer work for like maybe a non-profit organization that needs like an accounting clerk or whatever. Or you might have to take an unpaid internship. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot. It could just be like 1 day a week for like 10 weeks or something like that, just to like put something on your resume so that you can move on to actually looking for paid part-time accounting work. And also, when you're applying for jobs, Utilize the resources at your university. I know at UTS we have UTS careers where you can get a free like a CV or cover letter consultation. Just hang in there. You're gonna get something, and if you take something unpaid, it's gonna turn into something paid after a while. Natalia Lombardo, hello. Oh my god, I love your videos. Oh my god, I love you. Thank you very much. I'm planning on majoring in accounting with a Bachelor of Business and was wondering if you have any tips. Kind of nervous because it's gonna be so different from high school. Girl, you'll be fine. Make sure you really understand all the fundamental concepts. That sounds very like obvious, like of course you need to learn your shit, but I think with accounting it's extra important if you compare it to any of the other business majors, because it escalates very quickly. Like if you don't know the fundamentals, it's gonna get really hard in the long run. Like I swear to god, I'm in my 3rd year. Last semester I did audit, which is a 3rd year subject, and there were some people in my tutorials that couldn't separate like balance sheet items from profit and loss statement items. I'm not like, you know, an accounting genius, but so what I'm saying is if you don't know the fundamentals, it's gonna get really hard later on in your degree. So make sure you're not just like memorizing stuff. You can't do that with accounting, I'm sorry. Like maybe marketing is just a bunch of terms you have to memorize, but with accounting you actually have to understand what the hell is going on. Another thing that has helped for me with accounting, that works for me at least, is to prioritize doing like practice questions over like reading a bunch of like readings. Like maybe skim through the reading and then go straight to like a practice question in relation to that topic, because I find that the information sticks better that way and it helps me make sense of the topic. Villemo, fellow Swede, gave me a bunch of questions. I'm gonna just translate this to English. How does the grading system look like? I'm just gonna put a table right here. It ranges from fail to high distinction. So your final grade for each subject is determined by the grades you get in like a few different components. Those components have like different weighings. For example, for one subject, the weighing of the final exam can be 50%, and then 25% is a group project that you've been working on throughout the whole semester, and then the other 25% is made out of like a midterm exam or something like that. So that's how it works. So your final mark is not determined by just one exam. They give you a bunch of opportunities to get a good mark. What do you wish you knew before you started? I wish I knew that I don't have to buy all the freaking books for each subject. I was stressing out so much about that when I first started. I bought like the book for every single subject. Oh my god, I've never even opened like half of the books I bought in my first year. So before you buy a bunch of expensive ass books, maybe ask around or something, or maybe email the lecturer or something and ask if you really need the book. Like obviously with some subjects you need the book to access like the practice questions or homework questions, so in that case you might need the book, but definitely consider getting like the ebook, because that's usually a lot cheaper than getting the actual physical book. And also look into getting like secondhand books. Did you study in Sweden before coming here, and was it easier or harder? No, I did not study in Sweden before. I have only studied on a university level here in Australia, but like I said before, I've met a bunch of exchange students, especially from Sweden, and they all say the same thing. University in Australia, it's so much easier than university in Sweden. So yeah, that's the case, it seems like. How do you find the teachers? Are they easily accessible? Are they willing to help if you have questions, need extra help? Overall, I find that the teachers at UTS are pretty good. Like I've had some bad ones, but mostly good ones, and they're all very accessible. Most lecturers stay back after the lecture for like 5 or 10 minutes to like give back to people on questions and stuff like that. And also tutors are happy to answer questions during the tutorials, obviously, if you have like homework questions or whatever. And then you can also email them. At UTS we have like discussion boards for each subject online. So you can post a question in the discussion board, and a subject coordinator, a tutor, or another student will get back to you on that question. So can you combine extra work and full-time studies? I've already answered that. Depends on how you manage your time, girl. How much can you expect earning if you work extra? Well, it depends on what job you have, but most people go into like retail or hospitality or something if you work extra. You earn pretty damn good if you work in retail or hospitality here in Australia. You can expect to get anywhere between like $22 an hour up to like $25, $26 an hour on weekdays, and then during the public holidays and the weekends you can get double that in those cases. Also, definitely check out becoming like a lollipop girl or boy. The people that stand with the stop sign next to construction sites, they earn a shit ton of money. I heard they earn like $50 an hour or something, and like, yeah, on weekends and public holidays you get like double that, so that's pretty damn good. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope that it was somewhat helpful. I am still mastering the art of doing sit-down videos because I just ramble so much. Okay, anyways guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and push the little notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a video. And please, if you have any more questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you in the comment section. Okay, bye!